All right, Tiabusafo and Comodina na Yegusua, Yade Bro, Jumedian so, and Chegu, no, said the Abunim no. Yenda Amalina Children Saving for us, say, almost saw Yasmini a day, Apomodin Comodi, and by Doctor Ufri Asante Herbal Clinic. Samson Yeda external natural clinic for us, so say, almost saw Yasmini, said the Baya, the Apomodin Comodino. Ebe bremo mu fiefiem said ebeya benya honden ni ahotoso said e dia yam adwuma dia na mpuntu so aba mabrabo tie da adwuma say abri na abri nyina no omokoye mboa said ebeya adwumedie ye de bebre na fa ye du sei no ene ye friend the political grounds and na abedwafo asinkonwa na ebekire omadwene efa Ghana kanko Ghana membu Ghana mpuntu said ebeya kurum hatime ebenya toso na dia wo hwe anim se amanyofo no na dia ede ni kokromuti ato abade amano no dwumedi a wodi no kosen edi mano ewo na brabo and once again no sa segment yi eboa na ashepin Yanamuntu moving to the December 7th election said ebeya obi abehu bebi odeni fofo ebeka akobo just to help you have an informed decision going to the ballot in 7th December 2024 and the yensaka penifomienu omugina brani pa Malik Adama or ye national communication team member or also a regional communication team member Obekansa Ewaha Sansuna Alfred Ababi Okumi and so your NPP communication team member onso honowa odijuma diaboa amanyuku no penifo yamakwaba Malik bibia boko de
oh so far so good
yeah won start I don't know now we win ba over the weekend.
Yes, actually, me call her by me free hunter. Yes.
You made any saying?
So far, so beautiful. And you know, me wa hankasa na me acknowledge the organizers of those wonderful stage. When you look at the setup, when you look at how everything went on, my phone say I would rather applaud the organizers of more the plan and everything. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
That document you page to you, I'm shashing. I didn't see.
Oh, that be said. It is said by fact finding and fact checking into Assembly.
It's when you know, I could be
dog. Oh, and many wine a beacon. And Koboni ebedi. Me 2 million much, Missy. And you say, and our dog, and yes, I will show no pen.
Of course.
Show no from the bar, and is all Baba Cassa. Keke. Assembly, I make it no much, Missy, and then one crater. And then you have a consem, a say, I was for share NDC. Among you could over the weekend, which memory dano one more could share a Winniba, a their future constituency, the manifesto of the NDC, edited by say the social contractor a few we no money Timemufo sign said the beya one more ebeshe so na omato aba ediama amanyoku no ntino one more kokotwagui ewo ye kanu futu constituency na ade na eni kasempa nti communicator wa hei Mr. Dama wa hei ye be ma no de ntemu ba ku bi de aba fa nsemfo a etwegu na Mr. Dama nti ye nhwe ni sei Saturday no yeah Mukandini John Dramani Mahama de nsem bibiri tuja.
That's correct.
In fact ujina simpi so
go through the abridged version of the manifesto. You the total document and so the tuja essence the braille version say bi nuanuma onomu enifra omo nifra problem ni ade no so ebenya document ni bi na onomu akan said be ya omo bibia be what osha monsem no amode buy no as a party and John Dramani Mahama gina simpi so e to Ghana for nim dia hin na eye top notch de broni frɛ no di kan se mo hwɛ anim se mo ni Ghana for ebedi sankomo no
yeah me da say doc and me da say so
afra
yeah afra anyway my main chair on my opinion dada
okay
yeah na main chair Yerani me the good professor main chair NDC funina na main chair omo hwɛ now once again let me applaud the organizers of the program. As you just said, we even made a provision for Omwa Omeni Afra, so that they will have access to the documents.
Exactly.
That is applaud to the organizers. Applaud them. And Obi Oshe who said it was a colorful, it was so beautiful. And to say, Adebefa, just the organization for HL say, saying this, no, Diana on my opinion, Kaya. You say, except no, before your launch manifesto, no, na be out.
Sir.
Now, or see, I will start with 120 days. The okay, say, obey, sorry, in a 120
days.
20 days.
The first 120
days.
Okay.
Yeah. Or in 10 days, say, obey.
Okay.
Initially, okay, say within 14 days, obey appointee.
The cabinet,
ministers, which is very, very important. And on my figure out, that is, it will not go beyond 60, which I applaud him. It will be the lenience. Okay, and we and also can say, or be making sure also say, at least within 120 days, e-levy, you be ye for COVID-19 levy, you be ye for a betting levy, you be ye for and emotion levy a year can put and also obey for within 120 days. And say Obekaya, we were against the e-levy, strongly against e-levy. Yeah, against COVID levy, because the word levy, say in taxation, when you use the word levy, it say who the tax ba and be purpose be. After purpose, now the name there. That is the meaning of levy. And here the bar for COVID. Do we still have COVID or not? The answer is no.
No.
We don't have COVID. So Yebisa, why that taxation? Yebisa day in, day out, because we don't have COVID again. Until we think say it was a echo. Betting a taxation it was we insist say enko. Yes, that can ache. Into my opinion, there are two. The agenda the 120 days. Those things too will also go out. And within the 120 days or so, we will implement our 24-hour economy. The 24-hour economy is going to give job, and jobs. And this is the definition and then the explanation. Yet here, just put application for birth sets, especially we are outside Accra. It will take you a longer period, say Obenya. What are the reasons? The reasons are basically the demand is higher than the supply. Uko passport, the demand is higher than the supply. Uko DVLA, the demand is higher than the supply. National identification, the demand is way. You know, some kofu ekodaho, emadichi, yes, kromunya. People even pay for Goro boys before omunya de omunya. And to say people are working 24 hours. What then happens? It means they will be meeting the demands. Ombe meeting. And by meeting soon, ebama idea was a kayedi 3 months here no. Yet less than 2 months na then ebe year. And we will be meeting some targets. And 2 years at the country is growing. By doing so, we will employ people to be running the other shifts. And indirectly, it will create different unemployment, which is say nkrofo bad nights ebe push omo omoton aduane say ma me be oats or tea or some beverage because anadio bi be sorry say oye dwuma ma break ma ne be pe bibi ndi enti ebe ma obi nso be ba be establish bibi sa wo ho na ne wura ebe establish pe indirectly no eye dwuma na oye no na obi tu ne car and there ochina say otanya flat tire it will push some mechanics say hey Charlie anadio ya free ma yen ko hanging around here na ebi obi sparking the car na want me and spark here na ya den na ya board because it happens on motorway today motorway you can say I give you less than 10 minutes once a mechanics error and they will just approach you just to help okay and indirectly no ebema those people to be monitoring be around so that say bibi say sipe no more aboa so gradually when say almost no they fall into working indirectly just to be saving this so another branch of employment activity just implementing that policy of the 24-hour. It has given employment to those whom you've not even planned to add them on board. They were able to look at the opportunity and enter into it. So when he spoke about the 24-hour economy, it is something that within the 120 days, I applauded a lot. And then he came and also spoke about, you see, there is this thing, I'll jump on, say, the country now, when it comes to the economy now, it has deteriorated, absolutely deteriorated. And then there is this engagement that was done in 2015, since when our former president, incoming president, organizing all the learned, the gurus in our finance, whether you are a politician or you are not a politician, and then we look at the state of the economy and then how we should handle the economy. And so Kase, he will also bring that on board within the 120 days so that he be share. Then we look at the way. You know, when he showed it, do you know what I did? Me sorry, and I'm a bonus.
It is the National Consultative Conference.
That is it. Me sorry, see, and I'm a bonus. Me say that is vision. That is applaudable. That is, you see, I recommended the man. Me say, wow. Because the country has deteriorated. You can't take it away. The country, when it comes to our economy, is the worst. Absolutely worst. And keep on deteriorating. All figures have run a journey. What is it? I was saying, then you're back on board. You want to we have good professors in finance, in economics. They are not into politics. And they don't want to involve because okay, connect here we are, they will come after you. Especially when we know this government's character. Until they've all stayed back. But say President Bibeba, now within 120 days, over involving Krofu na say Mumbra, yen on board. Na yen discuss no be an opinion then. Embra. Then share the way forward. The yebe movie, the yebe ye, send the yebe ya. My first say, ebe makron we at it. And any mover a bany be taken. Ebe say mover Ghanaians decided. Because every person who is good in this country, yeah, they never there ever. And to study 2015, every single person we called. MPP as a party, Omamba, but some of the good members are in finances, no, or they attended. And it was colorful. When him say after no, Abano on G loan them from tria workers. One Boroska and tria workers from that 2015 up to the 2016. And
Zero finance from the central bank.
Central bank. What you say? And it was applaudable. And Tabana say, "You better sign then." As I repeat sadly because the state of this country now, baby economy.
2 minutes for your first 10 minutes.
Oh, baby, I want to me. And the Okan say, why not? Won't I applaud him? And Osan can say then. Osan can another thing. Eka who said, "Ye obesa implementi sa academic fee
no academic fee policy.
No academic fee policy within our 120 days because and also no admission used to be a challenge obi ni madia. But how to enter is a challenge. But when you enter, the Canada, at least you can pay installments. Part payment is being accepted. But mostly, admission fee or first year student entrance is always a challenge. And to be to me blow the A's, 8 A's. But be room no, if you want to entering into the tertiary has become what? Has become a problematic. And so I'm saying, wow, that is marvelous. If all those things, there are two winning, say 120 days, this is what you want to do. And 120 days, the banks, there are about 7 banks that were collapsed. I use the word politically collapsed. It was politically, if you have a little brain in finance, it's purely political collapsed. And the then vice president, our vice president, who happens to be the head of the economic management team, Eka said they needed 12 billion cedis. So you see 25 billion to collapse it and to settle. This is questionable, which will be investigated. And some banks will come on board. But it was a politically thinner.
All right.
But before I identify commission, I'm sadly, maybe Bria, excellence, best for your 120 days. Is it not too much?
Say, I didn't want to say, and yet Nipa Bako, a sector, and there are ministers that will be appointed to the various sectors. And the ministers are in charge. And you will have a head as a policy advisors. They what? They will peer-headed those things. And if you have a minister of finance, he understands what happened. Minister of Finance Tiasi said, second week in January, there is a debt staring at the face of Ghanaians. Second week, there is a debt staring at the face of Ghana in second week of January, which simply means say just the following week, the jacket to say they started just the following week. And to only finance gurus almost share me almost meet a discussion. They have it back of their mind and they have remedies they will use whoever will be appointed. Until we are aware only a problem, you know how. But the danger is that you don't even know your problem. How do you solve it? Only yari na yama. Meaning yari we. Until me change a pen one way good. Meaning the yemi. A drobe na me pe amano. These are two different issues.
I'm not saying that only me you.
Good.
But the days, because these sectors that you mentioned will obviously be consulted.
That's
you
correct.
also consult
That's
other
correct.
people.
We are talking about 4 months, 120 days.
Exactly.
4 months. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or the 14 days, be in a cabinet.
Yes. And then
all these sectors are and and all those things. Must it all be done in the 120 days? That's where I want to get clarity.
No, these are what the president intended to do in 120 days, in the 4 months. Pair the analysis, because imagine when we win, within 14 days, who appointed finance minister, cabinet minister. Now, within the next a week or 2, a month, that's our starting our officer. The first priority is to think of how we share all the learned gurus in finance and economy, and a better dream of how to meet them. So he might even meet them less than that. Because office, this is my first priority, how I can tackle the economy. So before I will tackle the economy, I need those who are very, very learned in the economy. Let them come on board. Let's start. But you've appointed me into a paper. Okay. You understand? When you take education minister, the priority is so way. And within, let me use the word 1 month, I believe, say, with the vetting and everything, the minister can be in office. Okay. So the 3 months for minister to start this important, but they are important to keep the country stable and moving. And every minister can push. And I can tell you, some of them maybe it might be less than the 4 months we are even talking, when you analyze it well.
I ask because most of the presidents we've had, 100 days in a failure.
Let's see.
All right.
And we understand the state of the country.
Right.
What we'll do is that 5 minutes of follow-up questions to the submission. So you do your first then. Flu. We are near will be in that 5 minutes.
Yeah. But will there be another time?
Oh yes, there's more time. So you there flu. Don't worry. You don't have a
first of all, said the air community. Looking at the topics, and I'll divide it into two now. Yetima magana fighting semnasi.
Okay.
Unya said the meyeni debia no madam was for akunya aya mumame mame bam mo fidi kesi yesu na machia ubibia wotie na chia kesi so ama His Excellency the Vice President and the incoming President Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia na machia party for nyina ne Ghana for nyina na masre nyame empire ama ubibia wo Ghana eni ubibia otie onua bitie yesi asema unte da no ana unti mu asem no nkoka nti ansa na meba abetina na yesi mitie nsema ura Mahama e kan o manifesto launch and as because it gives a general highlight and what he's thinking. Now I'll pick 5 things, and the last thing I'll pick I'll can 5 things I'm a picky free mu I want to talk about, and the 5th thing will be on the energy sector and a scandal on the energy sector. I think that John Mahama does not have any right to speak on the energy sector. First of all, John Mahama can say it is time for MPP to go. I was like, why is he sounding say akulebias yaji ni boy free no ho Ghana nyane dia. John Mahama must understand who policies are. Come and see. People want to hear the real policies. Start crying. It's time for them to go. And who here? Okay. Tell Ghanaians what you want to do from them. For them. If you think you want to save Ghanaians, tell them what you want to save them from. Second thing, MPP has destroyed livelihoods, says John Mahama. And I ask myself, and I'll say, and pushed millions into poverty. That's what John Mahama is saying. And I ask myself, say, is it the same John Mahama we know that is saying this? John Mahama, or Transima, doing so cool for 3.5 years. Is that the same John Mahama who's talking about MPP? Or John Mahama is not in this country? He had a GDP of 3.4. John Mahama, a GDP of 3.4. Our break was around 2. John Mahama. Obibeye Juma 3 years, near man, 3 months salary. Is that the John Mahama we are talking about? Or John Mahama on T. Kromuha? And I ask myself, if John Mahama is in this country, MPP are heading. MPP has pushed people into poverty. With the free SHS. MPP did free SHS by and pushing Crawford into poverty. And now 817 sanitation facilities now are building, And now over 120 courts now here Ghana, 80 completed. And now over 10 your friends saying interchange now here Obechebi, Lamte interchange phase 2. Tamale interchange. And only didn't Crawford poverty man. I beg to differ. And now because MPP has pushed more people into TVET, TVET free. And now I say you introduce STEM education. I can say Nyamiadum, you see 3 7 is ongoing. And if you contact hospital, you're changing from your friend is saying from a normal hospital to a teaching hospital. You're planning to be more teaching hospitals. And I could put their hospital, Eastern Regional Hospital now, you see 500 bed capacity, no. And now, all can say Ghana for MPP has pushed Ghana into poverty now. Hey, a crop banner John Mahama Timu. And now, light now, we've kept it on for 7.5 years, And only poverty, I want to know. And our ambulance is 300 plus na ye dia bagana no. And only poverty MPP diaba. See, in some na John Mahama kikano. Ayemi as on no ni asa get third question na mebusa say John Mahama say we should vote for him to come and solve corruption. We read him manifesto. There has not been any critical event of solving corruption. Okay? Onya adie baako about corruption enye dede wu. Enye say wabi jina na ega say we are solving corruption, you are solving enye no ne solving corruption. Ya ba ben mu no we knew said there was a corruption problem. And a corruption problem no we jina ho aka say oh politicians are corrupt, but the public sector no the workings inside are more corrupt than anything. And you know that. And Uncle say we have to be careful of civil servants and public servants. Because they are the ones that really handle the work. But so you have to go down to the root cause of the corruption. You will say national service. We had over 30,000 ghost names. 30,000 ghost names. Pension scheme, over 50,000 ghost names. But through mechanism of digitization, corruption, yes, what's no obi, and no corruption. Corruption, a idea. I say the message about Christ, a idea. What you can't kill about anything is an idea. Idea ubi is a fraud. You keep fighting it. But you have to, just say, what is you have to improve yourself. We've not fought everything because day in and day out, people said, yes, since the hunters have learned to shoot without gauging, the birds have also learned to fly without perching. So day in and day out, since you are fighting, people are also what? Scheming new ways. But the most important thing is you fight it and fight it. John Mahama is talking about corruption. Jida, John Mahama, Sada, Bas Brandon, Ford Expedition, John Mahama. Ada confirm but I don't know about corruption was him. Then you hear John Mahama saying, say, MPP is a political scam. I can see on authority, as I'm sitting here, say John Mahama is the president that Ghana never wants. I'm saying it, that John Mahama is the president that Ghana never wanted. In fact, in this Fourth Republic, John Mahama is the president that Ghana never wanted. Check his track record. And he has a right to call someone a political scam. Oh, you can world-renowned political forces, John Mahama. Now, to me, catch say you started free SHS. Go and look at the details of you starting free SHS. What's the 2016 budget? Say 2015 budget. It was inside. When you look at the budget, you are paying 38 Ghana cedi for someone who is paying a school fees of over 450 plus cedis. Now what you are 38 cedis are. To you people, to end this in John Mahama, they told us it will take 20 good years. 20 good years to do free SHS. Nyamia du mobia ba. Competent enough to know, say, if we want our future, we must do it now. One guy said, "Dear students in Kwao, or see if it's free for all. It's a fool, a young fool who will be baby out free beer. It's free for all." You stood on a campaign platform in 2016. I said free SHS should not be introduced on some whimsical then of a desperate politician. And who's more a fraudster than you? Today, John Mahama is telling us, you will give us jobs. Is he not the same guy that told us that he's not a magician? Afra, I know. Me too. Told us he's not a magician. And I said, what could you magic number? wako India ba.
Me.
Yes. No, kate wako India ba omu kate ni ehu. Like it baffles me. And with this same scam now, almost 30 years did they say, no did they? National Health Insurance by in 2003 when the act was going to Parliament to be passed, they walked out of Parliament. Check the facts. So what are they telling us? Who's more of a political fraudster scam than these people? Charlie, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I say, they are no to form. We are near the no to form because we want power. But me, my through meditation, you know, I'm an investigative politician because I like to investigate the facts. And there is something there's a trend that has gone on, and I'm coming to the energy sector. That's what I'm on now. I hear John Mahama talking about the energy sector. Oh, let me finish. Thank you. I hear John Mahama talking about the energy sector, and I'm disgusted. That's the guts to talk about the energy sector. Why am I saying so? Unia, Nancy, ne krama ya osumano, Kevin Taylor, no ababe did no.
And then our friend krama. On no Osman
will be there. He has a name.
And senior, when you're talking, please. Unia, Odia Akwayo small no. Jamama small Kevin Taylor. We know.
No, hold on. Don't worry, why are you saying so? No, Osman.
No, we want to
establish that.
We know. I mean, we know.
Because Casa also can't see and the Penina Suma and walk a castle be a crammer.
Oh, we know. Okay, my chair sign. So, Kevin Taylor.
Kevin Taylor.
When you say Kevin Taylor and this Kevin Taylor, yeah, they were social media.
But the man has said he's an MPP man.
Oh, Kevin Taylor MPP.
And he showed his card on national TV. And
na card utimi your MPP. Yes, man. Me boa. Yes, small. Ne man ne ba. Ebe dede. Na see me tie na me share documents bia aba on energy sector yi. And I connected the dots. Me tie yi sa na all of a sudden no starting nkrofo ebobobo nkrofo dimbo gabi bobo emu semye change smokers meti ya no abo ECG boss do big Mahama. I'm say ECG boss do big Mahama. Because last time I share na yeti be bi cross onu do onu munsa. No, you chain smoker. But I didn't get it until say me realize it say ECG boss no any napo sat down to restructure how ECG will receive payments. Now, in restructuring how ECG will receive payments, the whole purpose was say government will not go and look for money elsewhere. Say ESLA bonds to come and pay the independent power producers. So you realize that ECG has increased its income from 450 million cedis every month to 1.2 billion, which is very remarkable. And now they don't go to the Ministry of Finance to take money to go and pay the independent power producers, and yet the lights are still on. Internally generated. And it was the brainchild of this guy to find that digitization way in order to raise the revenue, because can in fact obianse mubium. And that is where the pain is.
Okay.
Because no NDC time, when power issues nearby, ye what how my ye breno, nanko so efa baby. Aye den up a scare go bottom.
Saying, Miss Saying,
document indictment. Meaning, a journalist, you should know. Who's that about 2 months ago?
It's like a court.
Yes. I brought what the court almost the indictment, the court indictment
on
so that
who? The court indictment on who? What is the case
so
about?
almost say the United States Court, Eastern District of New York, X, United States against Asante Kweku Bekun defendant, the grand jury Assembly in saying, you go through this is the parliamentary approval in the third section of the Sixth Parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. Report of the Committee on Mines and Energy on the emergency power agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Power and ANSCA, and as for the provision on fast-track basis upon 37 megawatts IOS installed capacity. Tama dum so de bae no ni ehia some megawatts bi e dia kan yenyinem kan ye bre Ghana fo bebre e bre ayeti insuo enisuo no ye dash mu ebi mu ewu hospital no se na nkrofo bi abon nkrofo bi pa ana omo twi yedi over 2 points me enna me chichim over 2.7 million in briberies, to the extent, say, this court order mentions, say, a relative, page 8, chapter 25, maybe page 8, okay? Or see, in about late December 2014, one and a president,
John Dramani Mahama.
After the meeting in Ghana, the defendant, Asante Beku, worked with co-conspirator 1. Co-conspirator 1, a consulting company. I'll leave all these documents so that you can have a look at it. In order to arrange for representatives of the Turkish energy company to meet in Turkey with co-conspirator 4. Co-conspirator 4, a Ghanaian. There were about 6 Ghanaian officials.
So how does John Mahama come
and other senior government officials and a relative of Ghana president, of the president of Ghana?
Okay. So what's the way a court
according to the investigation? Oh, that's it.
The argument in here.
The argument, they say, the president had one of his relatives represent him in this deal.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't say indictment in here. And so the special prosecutor here.
This is a court document. This is a court document.
This is a court document. And the indictment in here. The issue is now unfolding. Read it and see. The issue is now it's unfolding. Oh, yeah, it's unfolding. Guy, no, Asante Beku, no, yeah, Juma war, US. Company be a friend Goldman Sachs, and he was a citizen of Ghana and also a citizen of the US, and he was a senior executive director of that company. Goldman Sachs is a very big investment company, which you already know, and they approached him, say, this is what they are going to do, and the guy must facilitate for him. This is an advice to all businessmen: be careful to do business with NDC and NDC government, because they can end you somewhere you never want to.
No, but Adenta, these are charges.
Yes.
So how do you dwell argument on charges?
The facts are there. They've given you the facts.
No. Hold on.
The facts are there.
What is the fact? These are
let me give you
charges.
These are charges. One of the reasons why the issue is even becoming dangerous.
These are charges.
According free.
No.
US, UK. You know they extracted from UK to the US, and it took about 3 months for them to even extradite him, because the court in the jurisdiction they just don't want anybody to be extradited like that, and they give a basis. The offenses happened where in the US.
So I'm saying that, are you by this document charges or who pronounce the judgment?
I'm not. No, I'm not pronouncing.
What are you doing? I don't get you.
Let me give you an instance. Let me give you an instance.
Let me give you an instance. I'm saying that. Speak to the document.
Let me give you a fact. Let me give you a fact. Unim the man assembly nyina akodu aha no. Ye frɛ
Mr. Adama, you about to see
Ekobi SCE. When Exchange and Something Commission, Security and Exchange Commission in the US. I know who transactions in any manner calls no. And they charged the guy. And that's where he admitted because no fee say kasem ni nyina be wu ho into omo charge no otu a fine of over 3.2 and Goldman Sachs me also paid for the fine of how they allowed money laundering to go through and no na omo ye no the Eastern district attorney no who say of US who say there be that's ekofa because in some ni bi wom so eye bibia esi ya onu tu a penalty bibia now so Goldman Sachs fine no pay no any akwane de pay no it's all on the net for everybody to see okoye enem ko bia asem nyina so any who say government officials. Okay. To the extent say a government official who
let's make progress. Let's make progress. Let's make progress. Document, is really not saying anything substantially to me. I'm saying that.
How can you say an indictment is not saying anything?
No, I'm saying that.
No, how can you say an indictment?
No,
it's not saying anything.
Charges. These are charges.
No,
from where you are sitting, it doesn't matter. As for charges, everybody can have that situation. Uti he we between the asma beto so it is to prove what you are saying. To say whether or not to say we are guilty of the offense now you dey to so no analysis nkomodi a wudi nyina no as a pass judgment on the matter which is not right but so mu ho Mr. Dama what unia be man nkomodi no or the document ni ba what do you want ocean nkomodi ni ade or the ba. Some of us, we have a lot of questions. I will put it to him, even though, but you are here. We perceive two perspective of the conversation.
Yeah, we a document. Number one, we'll be about my print. Number two, charges are charges. Exactly. A whole this country attorney general or charge why head of parliament, minority head. Fictitious ways, dubious ways, kululu are offer just to persecute, are apaja. What do you say? Okay. So when it comes to the MPP, they are deceptionists, highly deceptionist. So really, I will not even look at this. Okay. But you say, let's speak about corruption. The corruption perception index today is way the worst performance in the NDC. Is better than the best performance of the MPP. Yes. The worst performance. The worst performance of the MPP. Who call corruption index now? MPDC is way better than the MPP. They know the facts. You spoke about corruption. For God's sake, Jubilee House, Flagstaff House, is the house of corruption. Then Martina made more point in the kind. The president is the mother pan of corruption. Or can say finance minister what are we talking? Camera capture appointees of the government or muji bribe. President akatasu appointee bribe. President akatasu. Corruption fraud now kano omo appointee AUC. For the chase, SLN John Daman Mama. Ojay to a bank cars mo, and Okojaye, and almost appointed in them in Lucas. Oh, you see. One of them operation director you see for no. In person, my body and think of Fubego. Hey, you see for no there. Can we compare corruption? We shouldn't even talk about it. Let's look at energy. Dumso in 19th, Ebaya and the Rollins. That will be in 96, 97. In 2000s, under a Kufo Ebaya. And no recubrobe describe equipments na your friends plants na kufoto and say omo toys no e buy and me answer. His Excellency under John Dramani Mama e buy. And I say let's take a step to fix it rather than managing it. Management in day out e wo money. So we fix it by doing that because we provided more plants. Emma, when we brought more plants, Emma light, more what capacity. Because as at 2016, the peak demand of Ghana was about 210 megawatts. But now your installed capacity BBA was less than even 180. And we cannot meet it. And obe shooty sa call. Your vice president at now media house, which I can say you can't give credit to John Mama for fixing them. So, our president there, I can say we can't give credit to John Mama for fixing them. So because he created them. So laughable. And I want him strange thing. Yema sika esla levy de toho. De baya eba ye betim edi tria for a plans na yede no. Ye to esla ska no ewa hin. Ye ska esla say en generate ska yemfo ntria sa esla no ewa hin. Obi anim bebia yede afa wo ewa hin. Onim say omo baye no they keep shouting say the country was the corrupt. When I tell MPP is deceptionist, no, this is what. You know, we left close to 1 billion Ghana cedis for them. We left sinking fund, 250. We left what's the name? We left stabilization fund. We also left, yes, a heritage fund. And a Exim Bank, almost 1 billion Ghana cedis. And the man Abaywe, scan ever him. We discarding him. And then only he. You know, among your 120 days, former President Kabibi, or say I will investigate a Japan. I will investigate PDF, Ska Eshe, Abino, no surrogate, no crop for eto. Yabeye. Yes, you beton your ECG. Mumash Shamu. Family and friends say mo beto ye koto light bill na mo agigi scan no aye wala to wala asa na mo de kotua so we nya kro no enye the biggest corruption and what is it and nkrofo will vomit it, people will vomit it. Vice president rule or changes security from bank guarantee to insurance no or explain why he did that. Because you know when you do procurement, the basic law say the authenticity, the capacity of the UNO determines the security of the man. Until you explain to us, let's leave it. And to say, on my opinion, that the car say, in 120 days, no, these are some of the things we will be looking at. I applaud him for saying all those things. And then, you know, he spoke about, I just want to use a minute to clear, say, free SHSD in 2014, 2015, NDC Emma, every day senior high school free tuition. Every day. And people were still paying. Amount to 320 people. It was a basic information. When it's information, and then you have a program. It's a basic. 320 students. Eco school, day school, specific day. Because they are still progressive. In 2016, the state of the country will not allow you to do that. That's in 2012, sorry. But from 2012 upwards, that's how come the election, we declined and said it will not be free. But 2014, 2015, all day students in Ghana, the numbering was 320. All day they were free. Yes, all day students were free. 320,000, find out. 320,000. All day. And it was a basic.
How much was it?
You see, it was free. However, the money was, it's as a result of your incompetence. And the mass school fees here then.
What?
A course. Which fees? It was free. You don't know.
Laboni.
Your friend saying.
Aquinas.
You want to school. Do a paying fees.
No, a day student.
No, a day, not school, a day school.
And I don't know what your fees.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
What
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Oh, only baby. That is the nature of MPP. Let me tell you, the word is every day. The number was 320,000. The word is every day students. It numbered 320 because the idea is you have to start somewhere. And then you can progressive to start. I'm education. So when it comes to education, I'm very passionate. And they started with, and the quality was guaranteed. Today, IMF and World Bank have said in 6 years' time, Ghana will produce low quality human resource as a result of the outcome of our students and some of the practices in our school. The education minister was in that meeting. The education minister will not to that meeting, maybe, and as a statement here. You see some of those things. And you know, it's as a result of poor management of this country. And the school fees here, then, a course. That an uncle came. And the education experts, analysis, almost say it take a child between 3 to 9,000 based on the free first year student to even get access to school. Because exemptions be free move. But it's not like that. When I finish, you come in. That time I told you, man, the economy no, and yet then NTC. Into Tony Mawin, then onti. What am I saying? You don't hear anything. Into Crawford, it was easy. But today, upon free, no, look at how much we are paying. We were giving textbooks. Ask them. Textbooks. Into young kukuru textbooks bill. And that's what parents, because we're giving the textbooks.
So even that is not giving textbooks.
School uniforms can the mama.
Never textbooks. You my uniform, even sandals. You are Vambi Kumasi sandals. What I say? Mo cancel ni now. When you dem because say MPP's perception, a deceptionist. When in free no mo dey buy no. E no mo yi sa ni men ni free mo. E no mo so de ma parents. Oh, Nyansa Pro no fine. Almost so as a hardship, no. And my parents. And almost so we will only be paying the tuition. Then they are deceiving everyone. But who call admission, no? If you are not holding 5,000 and upwards, believe me, first year a free boundary. So they suffer, they come to us, they suffer to raise that money, despite it's free. So it is purely the deceptionist. Purely deceptionist.
Right.
So we shouldn't be talking. You see, World Bank or can be said, your mama say, and then Ghana is poor. Yes, it is poor. World Bank had the report by or see 2022, 850,000 coffee. More of women are pushing into deep poverty. That is your government's performance. Today, what is the rate of unemployment? 14.7. Under the NDC, if you power man, about 8%, you are almost doubling it, about 80% increment. We didn't use the nominal figure because nominal figure will deceive people. We use percentage wise, and you are comparing this. You jai a yamau, what's the name? You jai 8% unemployment. Your full say was through young Cartimbra. Now they are called 14.7. Now we catch who share Ghanaians a catch when you say that one is called not unemployment. World Bank ever catch you've deepened 850,000 more people into deep poverty. Deep, especially women. That is why I applauded our running mate. Say, oh, push it for the women's bank. Somebody needs 500 Ghana, not 500, 200 Ghana to start a business. Just give somebody 200 or 300 Ghana. What changing in life? What I'm just saying, you start somewhere. I'm just saying. But obi oha onya. Omo oboton anka any kodu which ye twema yetmijina aton. How much do they need? How much do they need? They need something small. What has to start? Entina I applauded your running mate. Okay. Oka say obey introduce bank no. Purposely for women, purposely for traders. So that a bit to me I release some of this tension. Any deep poverty I bind with based on the policy then or the
all right. Mr. Malik Adama represented the NDC. I will show you so Sansona Albert Ababiukumi, Dodona Alfred Ababiukumi, and also represented the NPP. I will Jumedi so now. Oshe said the uncommon corner say and then almost phenomenon in our by pa, but said the moon no show we so the Ubana December to ja a honor, you know, everything community. Now, said the all the time you make sure say you inform your audience, you know. Kumi, you said something. Maybe two key things for me that John Dramani Mahama can say or magician.
Also a magician. That's also a so he said he's not a magician.
Okay.
To put money in people's pockets.
All right. I have a publication here. In line with Nkomana na Udi. This is Ghana Web publication. Friday, 18th November 2016. And Nkomana Udi na me pese yehwe na yehu said and here is it that Mahama speaking here. Or say, President Mahama has said, oh, what is happening? Okay. All right. I say President Mahama nana kasa war Jumedi na say no kasa unemployment. I don't know what is happening to. Do you have it there?
Yes, I say I am not a magician. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. Now, Ochemo say President John Mahama has said that the unemployment rate, especially among the youth, is high because many of the unemployed graduates are not skilled, indicating that he is not a magician to put in their pockets. The president who said his government has no magic wand to put money into people's pockets, encouraged the youth to take advantage of government's numerous initiatives to make ends meet. According to President Mahama, the fact of life is that you can only have money in your pocket if you work and earn it, and so there is no magic to put money into people's pockets. That is why government is investing as much as it is investing to try and provide our people with the skills that they need to enter the world of work. He added, if you sit at home and you don't take advantage of the opportunities, money is not going to magically appear in your pocket. So what government is doing is investing to create the situation so that as many of our people can take the opportunities as possible. And we are doing this in all sectors. The president admitted making some mistakes in his administration, but said those mistakes were done in good faith. Right.
The issue for me is the quotation by the media house. The quotation directly. The Akika Kanunya and Semua right and decided say obey me the quotation or can say the fact of life.
Yeah. The fact of life. My mama also the fact of life is that you can only have money in your pocket if you work and earn it, and so there is no magic to put money into people's pockets.
Should that not be the reality?
It is.
As a president, I would choose ni man fofo. No mujina simpi so no mudi nkomo. Should not be there. Enya nkomodia was a banana.
Saying. No,
but you are saying that he said he's not a magician.
Now, what is the right this is saying?
No, but see, this is a publication.
He was the one that was speaking.
No. See.
He said there's no magic.
So, magician.
Yes.
Did he say he's not a magician?
No. So the guy picked it from saying,
no.
What's there? He said,
Kumi.
Your cameras.
Yes. I'm not a magician. And I'm saying that.
Tells unemployed graduates.
No. Men, yes, smart. Don't try to play smart on the show. Don't try to play smart. I'm saying that. Let us quote him. No, don't play. But I'm saying that. Let's set the record straight. On this table, we want to set the record straight. And here say, Mahama has never said he's not a magician. He made the point that there is no magic wand
He doesn't have a magic wand.
Exactly.
He doesn't have the magic wand.
Exactly.
But it's a magician that holds a magic wand. It's a magician that holds a magic wand.
And you let's move on. What Petu say won't tears here? No, what Petu say won't tears, but that is fine. But I have one on the but I've scanned through your documents anyway. But I'm saying that this is really from where I sit, it is really much ado about nothing.
Oh, no.
I'm saying that, listen, I'm saying that, of course, you don't expect me to read 29 pages on the set. But I'm saying that my interest really, and from where you are coming from, no, is the presidential relative.
Yeah.
That is
when the
And I'm saying that the whole of this document is been mentioned twice.
You've seen it?
Yes. Let me tell you, I've scanned it. That should tell you that this table is a hot. I'm saying that no, it's not about analyzing. It's about what is in the document. Now, the first point where they mentioned the presidential relative was when they were identifying the parties who signed or who were involved in this deal. No, what you say? And it's here.
It's here. Parties that were involved in the deal.
But a deal is a deal. It doesn't make it bad.
Yes.
You can say deal and just say bad. A Juma and a Obi bad. The contract was for them to establish a power plant. What you say? And there were players involved. You were conspirator 1, co-conspirator 2, conspirator 3, co-conspirator 4. And a relative of the president of Ghana, the presidential relative, who was also associated with Ghana Consulting Company 1. How is that a criminal thing? At the end of the day, Beshaha, when you probu now back down,
you are not giving judgment. The judgment will come out. We'll see.
Right now, so see, what the second place you see, the second place you will mention of the presidential relative. Paragraph 53, page 18 of the document. Or say, now he was talking about emails, correspondence. Following this payment, co-conspirator 1 drafted an email to co-conspirator 2, thanking him for the payment of 1 million per Ghana Consulting Company's invoice.
Let the dollar be there.
Okay, $1 million per Ghana Consulting Company once invoice dated July 11, 2016, relating to the service agreement signed between Turkish Holding Company and Ghana Consulting Company. In the same email, however, conspirator 1 noted that a 2 million invoice, also dated 11 July 2016, was still outstanding.
Jesus.
Conspirator 1 noted that a 2 million invoice, also dated July 11, 2016, was still outstanding. Co-conspirator 1 sent this draft email to co-conspirator 4 and the presidential relative. These are two businessmen. So how do you conclude to say?
Listen. There's a deal going on. Anna about Abontin. Do you think if it was not important? Listen, if it was not important, and then the U.S. court will mention it, say the person is a relative to the president. Think about it.
But so you're relative to the president, sir.
How does it matter? Say no. I'm related to Baumia. How is it important? Say in the deal, no, they'll mention say I'm related to Baumia.
Because of where they are coming from. So where they are coming from, no, president's relative. Now, president's relative,
the president doesn't have a dignity on his own as a business person to see about the president's relative. But that
is why the problem is. No, but that is why the problem is.
Conspirator 1 on anyway.
co-conspirator one on anyone.
So we
exactly the point. So I'm saying that the mention of titles, any
it's neither here nor there. What is presidential relatives?
You see, if you've done investigation, if you've learned about investigation, people just don't introduce premises in it. They just don't throw names in it. It tells you, say, for the person to mention, say, a relative of the president, you know, the person was playing a role. If either he's playing a role on behalf of the president or in the president's knowing.
But which was not stated. We are all speculation.
No, but even if he's playing a role instead of the president, how is that criminal? How is that criminal?
You see, you are contradicting
Because
yourself.
we had a similar event where the special prosecutor, the judgment about some few weeks ago, advising government officials to say, no, moving forward, even though he has exonerated John Dramani Mahama of any Airbus scandal in Sembiano.
He was government official one. He stated say he's government official one.
Yeah, but he said the bottom line is that he's been exonerated. That is a fact. But of course, to say, moving forward, some penny for say one more did you maybe and Kebeya, Momo fa or Mabusian for any one more personality.
Because of what? Because of what?
What you say?
Because of
so
what?
That has been established. But I'm saying that it is not criminal.
Because of conflict of interest. That is criminality. What are you talking about?
But how is that conflict of interest when the government of Ghana is contracting somebody to do power plant?
And America say if it was not important, if it wasn't because of conflict of interest, they will not introduce that fact.
Anyway, this is good conversation. This is good conversation.
I don't know. You understand?
What do you mean? I understand it now, my friend.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
When you were reading, presidential relative, what happened?
He distracted.
No, he didn't. Presidential relative happen out too. And so this is what I'm talking about. And he requested for the documents.
Yes. And but the point is that the premises assembly, you see.
And they wouldn't want to come on and see. Listen. Because they wouldn't come on and see presidential relative. No, come on, holo. It's when I say understand any poor. No, won't come out about here. No, one for you, one for the document.
Men are here time. Man can say you put on documents, no man. So what are you talking about?
Could be young fancy. I'm saying that. Oh yes, it is good. Now, but for the fact, for young Kana Montias, say document, yes, a true and I don't even know why you are even jumping the gun.
No, I was telling you something that happened. You see, you are not paying attention. I was telling you the dealings that. The reason why John Mahama wants to come back because his dealings in the energy sector. You see, not making some no.
But it's somebody who has left power for 8 years.
Let me show you something. When you are doing public speaking, one of the things you have to understand is that first of all, you need to capture the people's attention. So you talk about the most important factor. When you talk about that factor, then you can break it down for people to hear what you are saying.
Okay.
And you're writing. Even in writing, you throw topic. But in public speaking, you talk about the most important factor. Then you can start breaking the issue down. That is what I was trying to do. I went straight to the places that it was mentioned. That I can come back to the premises of the issue for you to get. No, because he did not give me that time.
But the premises, we already know. Who lays premises? It's a criminal act. No, the premise is that we say a criminal act. That is your position. And I ask you, say, why are you even passing judgment on a matter like this?
I'm not passing judgment. I'm just stating the facts in the document.
All right, we have one thing. And go there now. You know,
John Mahama
yes, some of us say on this table.
I don't know what Sabeji.
Kumi.
And I said, contracts now you give me, you know, for more than 5 minutes. I've not had my time. I've not having 2 minutes. Me can say 1 man 5 minutes. You've not given me the same 5 minutes. Me say, as soon as say, sir, ECG balls do big.
Okay.
And then Napo.
Do big in come and to Kwana Kui.
That be and oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Sir, deal now. O me break war. We independent power producers from Massasa, Ghana, no, and Nuntina Domahama, Saba back because no fish all the lifetime. Ghana, you tia, now Koguni Botum. Ghana, Yen Tiama Ninko Botum. I don't want some baby in the Digan, Sikam baby, and be to open the baby in China.
Okay, Mr. Adama. Oh, 3 minutes.
Thank you.
Over 10 minutes.
Investigate the dubious ACC.
Okay.
Some people for Omuria Yansas. Canada, Japan. Or say, and if we reassess it, say, Ochina in New or more Kennedy, Japan. A year or can't or be an uncle per se, or be leady or more part in being and say, Omuria Sassi. Ewa got Ochina in New. Uncle Fu in a year commerce. By no one. And the man can say, you need president. You need
president say.
Oh. On your leader, it's just a name. Near my cocosu. Only baby, energy sector. A war. And into the book came, I about moving money.
Sir,
His Excellency John Dramama, a catcher MPP say, someone said the plans or the buyer. No, say, and yet in a face, Dumsa, Mundum Baco. Money day I called them so. Say, your quack or your maintenance plant back, near doing pay a cordon so. Or my new Scombe 2 year, sky to end on back of moody. Kennedy Japan Bienano, or see, is it Bofty? President Ichiriba, also no war a Jubilee House, GG kickbacks, no, say 3,000 or 5,000, 10,000, 30. Or see the Chiriba no war or did you obey and I am make or mum and so when you come to corruption, not or say President Chenibutu, money $50,000, what torno? Number Vice President, just money 30,000, what torno? These are the tips we are talking. These are the pure yeka. Or say man, what you saying about to what torno? Son of kind you. Corruption, you can't talk about it. Corruption, we can't. Corruption is too much, gentlemen. How on this earth, we a Japan deal? One book in piano. The ANC for the past 4 years, D2. Obeka conflict of interest. My God, that's the last thing I ever think say. Any president, any MPP will be now. Say, Obeka, what are we talking conflict of interest? I'm going to buy beginning. Shani Bush for the former girlfriend on a war, you're man abanza.
Hey, Debbie, as a man, I can't say. The former girlfriend.
Ne ba mami, for man abanza. Ne ba a war. Terminal 3, President John Mama is see. Airport, no, the banner and restaurants. The back and restaurants. The bad the letter echo round. We have the letter, maybe the bad the letter echo is seeking for fund from companies. So don't conflict of interest. A canker, a bon, will be a bon, will be anchor. And a bon parliamentary aspirant, or you say, a Supreme Court.
Okay.
Parliamentary aspirant, or you say a bon,
all right.
A bon. Until because Ghanaians will be in their course.
Okay.
Until your mama can say, your mama can say, Oba, or no, didn't say a Juma. Because World Bank had a report by it. Or see 21 million Ghanaians, or Munye Ghanaian pa empty. Last month, I can open 21 million Ghanaians near Ghanaian pa say empty. But food is not there. Okay. Food inflation is the highest. Under them. They don't know, they don't have the know-how. They have people who can talk.
Okay.
But they don't have people who have the know-how, who can change the fortune of this.
All right.
Only talk.
Kumi.
And Ghanaians are aware. One of the reasons why.
That's it. Kumi, wrap up last week.
Time here, birthday not.
And then you also come. What Mama say? For
the last time NDC was in power, on manifesto, they were able to do only 23%.
I want a market.
Maybe the results in a better. Nyamiadum MPP aye 80%.
Which one? Which of your manifesto?
Yeah, last manifesto.
2020.
Yes.
Manifesto. Why say?
Yeah, 80%.
That's in a womb.
And we now didn't 100. Yeah, percentages are
okay. Okay, percentages.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are moving
80.
on. Yeah, 80%. Let's about projects.
Don't worry.
And you know it.
Don't worry.
And you can't dispute it.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
Only
2 minutes.
Mamenka, two things. Comparing the two manifestos, two things. Mamenka about economic growth and the reality.
Yeah, they are no see you. You made any upon.
Oh, Yapon.
To for no see. When you have time, no, they quote you, man.
Anyway, and I'm going to see me. I'm a bank. I'm going to see me. Ghana for any major MPPI.
Okay.
And Ghanaians know. And even those in NDC know, say, John Mahama, no. He's not the person that can help them as a party.
But it's
And
better than
they know it. They know it. And now, but and in some, I didn't hear so bad in some degree. And now I Ochina say it's just because they don't.
I don't think
the
you have to
people
bring
there
that one.
don't like him.
Yeah, really.
See, as I make no me say, and no bet in some P. Oh, I don't even wish for bear. Oh, Yariana. Then I mean, but I'm saying, the PINCP is because the people in NDC themselves know, say, John Mahama ba Oba Meshi.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
John Mahama ba Oba Meshi.
Yeah, that's it.
MPP so they be
But I leave you. The next time I will ban. Yamiya Dumna Oba. Me pese me who send power, Senate,
Yes.
Aska.
Aska Diana, me crack power agreement.
Me pese me who dia. Sebi. Wale say enuntina John Mahama pese company or aligned to. Next time Oba. Next time Oba. Wow. Next time Oba.
Ghana commissioner was set you.
And I'm just the next time Oba.
Na jani be ni
Oba.
Ye jani pay.
All right, I'm for and then we've had a very good show. We are grateful. Okay.
Oh, I have one now. Bono. No one here.
Bono.
Oh, Bono. Na o show so ni pa na na woda. It was me mfa atopa. O se boni keke.
Na nya na ye be ye ya wo.
Boni keke.
Ko mi pa de. Your friend is there. Who's your friend is there?
Simon.
Simon. Okay, you be boni di. Simon Koswa. All right.
Simon, the best match papa ya ba MP.
Na
be me yi mu na wo ba be crucify be be.
E be ja fo e ko wadi enu ye de besi wa ye da Afu.
Say ordinary documents neighbor invite me. Me corrupt member person from the corrupt documents of the MP.
Now we
this is
the corrupt
me boss
of NDC.
Me boss
challenge of the day now.
NDC kwani. Maku 5.
I'm on your hard
Martin 8 years. Want me
challenge of the day.
You do my mics.
Jabba challenge of the day. Who invented the polio vaccine in the 1950s? Who invented the polio vaccine in the 1950s? I have a bunker. Now, yeah, come birthday. My mentor back up pay for.
Okay, Tiffy Hona.
The director, I already Patricia. Yeah, so now Mechia, Abba, meaning say a day, Abba,
Abado para.
Nyabado, Mr. Abado, Minicia Saturday.
Hey, that's Luciano.
Could be Oma Juma.
What that will crash?
Could be Pamela Juma, you
Juma.
That is a part. Sir Patricia, picture now already, and then I would done young wishing and a billboard birthday a sergeant on to us of mine. I may have you and then list the Kurana. And that is a manifesto launch, birthday a year, I call it Joe, a winning by what the Aban. It's Patricia, a picture, and that's no Patricia Amuzu, and your birthday, nice picture there. Was man of crashes and couldn't be a Yakopo in Shroud. Na dia wohwe bia no onye wakoma so ade nyina ema we efi eye apam apam for ho we meet do na wish you a happy birthday. It's in the dog.
All right, auntie, for birthdays no na etwe gu ne fa ba ko mienu bi na ya sorry so Simon a wo sunyane said the wa no o kan ye no wo hwe ye pa ko so ahwe ye nene so ye ma o Ctv Dwabo menimia afra ye ka Alfred ho na ya wish you happy birthday and yankopon hira pa na oma wo nkwa endorse asase so on fa sika nka ho no ma apomudin mapa said be ya obetimi edi wudwuma na wako bibia fine Mr. Adaman so wish you happy birthday Simon.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Wish you vote.
All right. Director Kumi onye di na me nyama de. All right, nti director oni me nante abena nyameche ende eye wawoda ye wish you happy birthday yankopon hira una onto nkwem said ye be ya ohun enkobasem yankopon emma osika bebre said ye be ya bibia be fine ama nti abena nyameche happy birthday to you this way owusu ansa ankra PhD me am boss me am konta ba ko pe doctor ba ko pe and wawoda doc happy birthday to you yankopon hira na oma unkwan enso noso mauska be said e be ya bibia nso e be fine de di ho uni say na beautiful birthday Mr. Beautiful Clement Bonny
no ono
ye adwuma pa and na woda beautiful happy birthday to you Mr. Beautiful yankopo shira na that I meet you on my mic name mami happy birthday to you Mr. Beautiful yankopo shira na on the beya emasem yankopo ma oska bebre na ma wa honde nso a betimi dia ye wadwuma oye na bibia nso enye fine ma. All right, this way Alex Anan owo Mozama Church International and there wawoda me wish you happy birthday Alex Anan yankopon shall bebre this way Sheila Edibua yankopon shall also happy birthday to you na onto nkom na bibia nso enye fine ema. Enjoy your day Sheila. This war ya sumwa and wawoda yankopon enshiraw sede be ya ohun enkoba asem onto nkwem na obibia nso enkoyi enfama. Have a lovely day. This war Caleb Kojo Wusu Adomako Befi awo Kumasi Boshen we fi wawofo Mr. Prince Kwabena Owusu and Madam Ashiagbo Benedicta dodo na friend no Akushika ene abusuafo ni nyina ende omo wish you happy birthday say yankopon hira na oma nkwatenten die twatwo a mewo ewa ha Ohima Ophelia che Ohima Ophelia Manche wo kaso abodwase American City ehona wo we fi RK ehona odema o say on this special day of yours I pray to God to grant you long life, good health and prosperity. Say yankopon ensa enye kese wo so na bibia nso enye fine. Nti birthdays no na ye diesi no message back bi wa o say hello, I am Benis at Kaswa. I greet Afra the voice. Nti Afra odie back no we so free one for diamba. I'll say fellow Ghanaians on the CTV panel. The MPP claimed JDM is incompetent, but the MPP kept copying the NDC and John Mahama. Figure out the things they copied from the NDC Youth Manifesto. And also, Nkoma, and also Odiaba.
say, good morning, Ghana. This is Rodney from Kezai. I say, everything the NEC representative is saying is the truth. When I was in high school, OKES, Kumasi during Mohammed's administration, though I was a boarder and was paying fees, most of the staffs we were having in school were free. The students weren't paying fees. The free school sandals and textbooks were all enjoyed by everyone. Education, economic-wise, Nanado Baumia is nowhere close to JM. The NPP representative should stop yelling and interrupting the other man's analysis. Thank you.
Okay, we're so free. Henry Finn. I'll say, wow, greetings to all of you. I'm really enjoying the program. It's Facebook for na edu musono. Ofosu Emmanuel say how? Hey, Ofosu how saying? Comments or say this new poisonous party MPP guy is empty. Oh no, this is not fair to. Hey, Alfred or take.
An empty person to another empty person.
It's okay.
Yeah. Comments are pillar too.
Comments are pillar two. Or the aba or say comments are the honorable. Shout out to Noah. You know chia.
Or the message about her.
But my main kind way, I say Nana on him. I say now I understand why they kept on saying most. Oh no. Most do. No. Oima we there two below the belt. This NPP.
Don't go below the belt.
No.
Come upper.
No, this is
there's a surveyor way for West African Foundation.
Don't go. Mankind message.
You watch and see. You've not seen it.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying that. Don't go there.
Let me show it to you.
What is NDC?
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Oh, that we made it.
Yan sorry so. Yan kind.
Comments are pillar two. I can yes, I mean, me home to me.
Okay.
I say, constituency. Women's American, wow, my pressure. I say NDC manifesto. Let's say no to them. Regards to Honorable Nana Ama Nukia PC4, Okankwe North, and Lawyer Maikwe, Junior PC4 Dominic constituency by Comments and Mila 2. Comments and Apia Chiao.
Sheriff Aguns, and see Chiao. Buzafa Moba. Facebook ni so nyina ne edamase chena so mon journey e na mobile so mon share link no se de be ya fofofo ebenye bi ahwe ye da Alfred ababi okumi ase dodo na friend adeta kumi the next obeko bi ba okay Malik Adama ono so free NDC amanyoko no mu na yesi nkunya no ye da Amelina Children's for strategy omaso yase ne djumedi nyina ede bremu e wo mafiefie ni bebi a wo hu bia sa na ye da Estelle Natural Clinic for so asese wonu mu eso yase na ye de apomodin komodie hu djumedi no ede ba ye da obi bia se o kan ye ho ende nso ye de si ekina nyame ya adom a de wo ho no ye de be bremu na ya hwe sedia timemufo yebe komumboa na motimi take decision going into the election 2024 avra
betcha aba's view whatama wajibra wo hwe Ctv Dwabo yede besia na me adoma da senechina medin Kwaku Ofosu Harrison do na frame afra the voice yede besia china
yakra doctor Kofi Annan